Everyone, it's Josh with JP Trucking. This is my first YouTube video, so we'll see how it goes. So this is my my 1997 Freightliner FLB. It's taken me 7 years to build it. You know, I'm not made of money by any means, so it's far from perfect. But why don't we get after it? Here she is. It's obviously I have a color choice. Purple for sure. So this one has an N14 Select Plus 525, and it's got 358 rear ends, 18 speed, you know, just your basic Canadian truck. And as far as the wheelbase, as everybody asks me, you know, I get pestered by the old boys occasionally. It's only 270. It just looks absolutely long as heck. But every once in a while I get an old boy, and he definitely gives me the gears about it being too long. And I'm telling him, like, it's not as long as you think. It's only 270. But we do a lot of low bedding around here, so even my Jeep that I normally pull, you know, it sticks quite a ways in front of my trailer. So it is pretty cool to see sometimes, but this is just my truck. I built it for me. I didn't build it for anybody else. So why don't we take a look on the interior for you guys. So we have custom cowhide door panels. We have twisted shifter. Every chrome piece you can put on in here is in here. Got to put the new chrome piece on there. I just replaced the turn single stat, and sorry about it being dirty. It is a work truck after all. And as you can see, I love watermelon glows. Excuse how the truck's being, you know, it needs a polish. But these are 3.5 years old, these lights. And they've been really good, and these are 2 years, over 2 years now. So everything's been holding up pretty good. Right now, the truck is sitting at, I think, 136 lights just on the truck. And then I run the United Pacific there. These are also United Pacific. And these, believe it or not, these are the original Gen 1 JW speakers. So that goes to show you how good of a headlight they are when they've lasted this long. So I've built everything on this truck myself, with the occasional help of just a little bit of welding here and there. The original length of this truck was 181. And we've added 83 inches to the frame. See if I can show you. Right here and here. So truck's not perfect, so you'll have to ignore the paint chipping. I'm just really not made of money. Things take me a little longer here to get them nice. I'm pretty sure if the truck was repainted, I probably would never want to work it again. The truck sits on 275 low pros. I did that because when I'm pulling really heavy, I used to have 22.5s. The truck would easily do 105 miles an hour, no problem. So obviously we have the Canadian spread with it's got 46,000 rear ends, full lockers, and I also do low bedding as well, which, as I said, my Jeep before. And so I have a couple interchangeable headache racks. We're actually currently building a new one. Put everything inside a cabinet. Just keep it nice and easy, you know, that way everything can stay out of being muddy. And then I always kind of have to keep my air lines with me, because not every trailer is like my cattle pot and doesn't have Cali hookups. Oh, here's the Cali hookups. I made this T-bar. It's made out of HSS structural steel. I redid all the wiring on this cattle pot basically into a junction box. I used to wire loom everything, and believe it or not, I stopped I actually found it would hold too much moisture and everything would get corroded. So I did all this. All these airlines and electrical usually stay with the trailer when I unpin. And then I have some glad hands to stop it from leaking out of the back. And then this, you're probably wondering why that's up there and not hooked up. So that's actually, it's kind of hard to see, but I have 16 work lights underneath there, and that's what that's for. So you'll have to excuse the paint. Truck's being dirty. It is a work truck at the end of the day, and as much as I would like it to be pretty and a show truck, the Canadian winters here are harsh on stuff. I do what I can. Let's see if I can show you. It's kind of hard to see, but this truck has original 8 bolts. Even the drives are original 8 bolts as well. I don't know what went through their mind when they thought, hey, let's 8 bolt things. Everybody always gives me a weird look like, are you missing 2? I am. I mean, I'm also missing some up here too, but that's just from the helmet and crayons. This is the truck, and we'll do a walk around of the trailer as well. 1997 truck and 1996 trailer. I wish it was a lot nicer, but I'm working with what I got. I guess a few things. I run a 22-inch bumper that's made by a Colony. That's just my winter bumper. That's why it's bent. Don't really care much for it. I have more over there. I also have a bush bumper that I made. The biggest question I always get, and I don't really like to tell everybody my secrets, but you know, I guess I'll give one. So this visor, everybody asks me about. JP, where did you get it from? Where did you order it? Believe it or not, it's actually the original visor. Normally, let's see if I can help you out here. Normally they actually flip it upside down the other way. I don't like it. I think it looks gaudy. It's way too big. Makes no sense to me. I also don't like it when they stick out past the windshield a lot either. I want it to be, you know, conformed. I want it to be proportional, you know. And a lot of people ask me too, why did you go with such big stacks? Let's give the answer here now. So if you look at the cab and they stick out, they actually, the tips line up with the outside of the cab. I wanted everything to be proportional. They are big. Before I put it on low pros, I think we were 13'11" tall to just to the top of the stacks. Now with the low pros, I think we're like 13'9", right around there. So yeah, so with this factory visor, again, we'll get back to it. I rotated it down. It's been modified. It's got a pressure bracket in the middle, so it just rests against the window with rubber. And then there's custom brackets on the inside to gilt it so it doesn't flip. If I was to do it again, I would probably, for anyone wanting to do it, I would definitely look at a center bracket to the inside, just to give it so it doesn't flex so much. But overall, it's never really given me any issues. I have nut certs in there, so it's easy to take off with the window changes as well. So the window chops are 6-inch, so I like everything to be conformed. And I'm weird that way. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but I built the truck for me, and that's what really matters, right? So the truck has 90-gallon fuel tanks. And let's get to the pot now, shall we? So this is the first trailer I've actually ever really taken the time to rebuild it myself. I've replaced 29 panels on it. We did the purple, the purple vinyl. We rock guarded the bottom. We'll get more to that after. And I just recently put some brand new aluminum wheels on it from the steel. Just gives it kind of a better look. And Merit Gold. It's hauled a lot of bison in its life, so it's rough. So here she is. You can see the panels that I've replaced. I don't normally like to show this just because this is not me, by the way. I did not weld this. Let's get that right. This is from the previous person before or maybe before whoever I got it from was a buddy of mine, so that was probably likely them. And the whole reasoning behind the rock art was just to hide some of the imperfections of the bad aluminum. It's safe. Everything's been looked at. We made sure all the beams were nice and strong. It's just, it needs some loving, that's for sure. I've tried my best. I'm not really made of money, so I work with what I got. So 29 of these panels are replaced. I did that because I just don't want any, we don't need any animals getting hurt, you know. A lot of people believe bull haulers are mean to their animals, but frankly, we really do care. It's a big deal for us to make sure the safety of the animal, most important of everything. So let's get to the back end here. Generic wheel. Probably wondering why there's some knobby tires on the cattle pot. I got a really good deal on them. They've done me really well. They're kind of a little heavy for it, but they work. So my poor wheels. Fortunately for me, the wash bay is about 40 minutes away. Actually, sorry, 55 minutes away. But here's the back end. And we did the purple up top. I still need to get to that eventually. We rebuilt this whole back end. When I got it, it was rough. The bumper was it was gaudy. I should find some before and after photos. So this is all HSS 3-inch structural steel. Everything up here is structural steel. So when we welded this, this is not actually bolted on. Excuse the dirt. This was gusseted and welded on. So this whole back plate here it's strong. Like, anybody ever rear ends this thing, they're in for a world of hurt. And it's nice. It's nice to know that it'll last a long time and I don't have to worry about bending it. Because we all know there's some pretty bad shoots out there, don't we, boys? Boy, so when I'll have to back up here a little bit, probably hit my head. For all you tall guys, I don't hit my head. It's nice. So when I rebuilt this trailer, we did 29 panels, and they're rough. This trailer, I'll give the guy, the old boy that pulled this thing before, must have had kahunas ever about this big. There's no escape hatches. Suicide nose, the knee bison a lot with this thing. So in the nose, we replaced the whole floor in the nose. And when we did that, we found out that the people before, I don't know what they were thinking. They replaced the kingpin, but they didn't replace the whole fifth wheel plate when they just cut out the floor. So it's messing with the integrity of the fifth wheel and the floor for the nose. That was their option, other than just going underneath and just cutting it all out and doing it properly. So it's been a lot of work on this thing. And for anybody that don't know a cattle pot and they're watching this, so this is the nose inside this door. And this one standing in here, we call this the belly. And we have our gate. So if you need to do different groups, that's where it kind of gets a little hectic, especially when you have lots of different groups going on, that they have to be penned separately for the easier divider gates. I'll show you the belly here now. Oh, we redid the whole belly. Going back to, I don't know who worked on this trailer before. It'd be cool to find out who did, because they cut out the soled floor, the most of it, but then they left chunks of it sitting underneath the new floor that they welded in there. We had to cut it all out anyway. It was shoddy. And I redid the whole floor from here into the belly and this whole piece, plus the belly floor. I had some buddies, just because, you know, like, as far as welding aluminum covered cow, like, you know, from hauling cow shit, it's hard to weld. So I had buddies do the welding. I did everything else in here. Here's some of the panels I've replaced. Is it pretty? No, but again, I'm working with what I got. And we had to, my boys there, Ward, CMT Trucking there in Red Deer, he gave me a hand, and we took their huck bolt gun and we hawk bolted everything right to the axles because this is a main integrity part of the trailer. So what we're walking into here now, flip this up and show you. 1 second here. We're walking into the belly. This is the ramp into the belly, and now we're going into the back end. I also redid the whole floor here. As you can see, these are high wear spots just because this is where you're always loading and unloading cattle. And not perfect. Have a bunch of panels that we replaced. You know, work with what you got, right? Yeah, so they call this the top deck. And you obviously your other divider gate. Most boys that have hauled cattle in their life know what a suicide nose is, why they call it a suicide nose. But for those who haven't, they call this a suicide nose. There's a big hole here, but the reason they call it a suicide nose is because back in the day, I don't know if people still do this, you should never do this. This is one of those things that you should probably never do. A lot of guys like to grab this from the back and slam it, but what they don't realize is if this ever gets kicked and this doesn't latch, you're pinned between this ramp and the top deck. That's how you die. That's why they're called suicide noses. So drill a hole, boys. Put a rope in it. Save yourself. Much easier. And then you gotta throw the ramp over. Yeah, it's not perfect. It's pretty cool to see my name on the front, regardless of the shape of this thing's in. So we'll just keep going. So this is what they call the doghouse. Some people call it the jail. This is the old style. This is not great. The lower beams are bad because anything big animal wise in here, they hit their back on there. So it's not a real great thing. Now we'll go to the front of the nose. And we have our nose decking. I'll be honest, when I first got this trailer, I've never really pulled anything too old. It took me about an hour of figuring out how to put these nose deckings away. Not my best, but it's a great, because I had a good laugh about it, and so did all my boys that I asked how this goes back in there, until my buddy, Mr. Moses, he was laughing and he was like, you got to stack them, until my brain clicked in and was like, okay. So nose decking. So what you do is you slide all your boards in here, and then you can have, like, I'd say anything under 650, kind of already kind of heavy, 680. I wouldn't go anything heavier than that on the nose decking, but you can have your lower and your top. And then that's what you normally do with the little ones, like the feeders or the calves. Usually calves go in here when you have your nose decking. And then when you load them, you load from the ramp, you put it all up, and then you open this door. So with your decking in, then they just load through that door. So everybody, thank you for watching. If you stayed to watch the whole thing, or you didn't want to listen to me mumble, being a meatball, I really appreciate you watching my videos and putting up with me and giving me a shot. So if you like what you see, or you have anything you would love to look at, or questions about anything as far as the truck goes, or what we do around here at JP, you can definitely ask in the comments. And if you subscribe, I'll be sure to try my best to put out content, even though this kind of stuff makes me nervous. So I'm not a people guy, I'm an introvert, so I do what I can. And I hope everybody has a really good day, really good night whenever you're watching this. And that's it. Bye-bye now.